Hello guys and welcome back to our channel. I am Nikki
And now Mario.
and today is My Hero Saturday. We will be watching yet another heartbreaking video.
It's gonna be heartbreaking regardless.
Episode. So today we have another episode of My Hero. Super exciting. We have, I believe it's episode 7 called From Aizawa.
Yeah.
And yeah, what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen? Well, I mean, I'm sure you already know. But...
Yeah. For those of you that are new here, I'm a manga reader, and so like we're in the meat and potatoes of like the series, and so it's gonna be more of like a mental gymnastics, mental battle. But it's gonna be very emotional. It's gonna be to the point, and we're gonna see peak. I feel like there's a lot that still needs to be covered, and I think that we're in episode 7, so it ends I think in December 30th is what I was told, or from what I saw online. So it's finishing up fairly quickly, and this is going to be pretty much it.
Sadly. Also, the title says Aizawa.
Yeah.
We haven't seen this guy in a while, you know, our beloved professor. So I'm kind of excited to see how he's going to play in this episode.
Yeah, I'm excited too. But let's not take any more time. We're going to go ahead and jump into today's episode. If you guys are interested, Uncut Unedited on Patreon, and please check out the Discord. Best way to reach us out there. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into today's episode of My Hero Academia, episode 7, From Aizawa.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's a barrier. Oh shit.
The resentment is crazy.
持ちたくて持ってたんじゃない。私がつけた傷が死柄木にまで広がったんだ。オールフォーワンに勝ってお迎えに行けてた。ごめんね小太郎。志村さん。お母さん弱くって。
Oh my god.
ごめんね小太郎。お迎えにごめんね。おばあちゃんのせいで。やだ。何が？僕もうやだよ。もんちゃん。
God damn. It's already starting.
We just started the episode. Darn it.
Dude, for real, that voice acting was just fucking crazy. Hold on, give me a second. It's a good thing we came prepared today.
この感じ、弱で感じたのと同じ。しがらき。ここで初めて崩壊が発現したんだ。
天候。ね。
この後起きること。ここが確信。
Oh, he's finally seeing what happened.
ここで決着をつける。
Dude.
記憶が具現化する世界。イメージしろ、話すな。
なんで？
だって泣いてる。
違うよ。僕の意志でこの家を。じゃなきゃこの手は何なんだ。僕がこうして生まれたことを誰が肯定できる。
弾かれる。まだ天候揺れてる。
手を離せ。
あの時もし誰か手を
だから来たんだよ。だから大丈夫だよ。
憎しみが壊れる。こんなことで。
ああ、楽しかった。みっくん、ともちゃん。
Oh, he have friends.
僕はヴィランだ。悪意を持って壊す。たとえ憎しみを打ち砕かれようと、空っぽになろうと。
あいつらのヒーローにならなきゃ。
Wow.
やっちまえよ。
Wait, who were those people?
死柄木の指が崩れていくぞ。中はどうなってる？デクは一体。
志村さん。ああ、甲賀建設の。腰痛ですか？いい医者紹介しましょうか？
You know who this is?
そこまでしてもらうほどでは。
なんだ。
息子さんはどうです？そうですね。手はかかりますが。
Is that his dad?
Hmm?
個性はもう。それがまだ。
知らない。なんだこいつは。
No way.
From the very beginning.
愚かな器。
Dude.
愚かな志村天子。お前は今まで何一つ選んでなどいないのに。僕のワン・フォー・オールも余市をよくも。天子の心が押し負けたおかげで再び意識を取り戻すことができた。
Damn.
先生が何を言っているかわからない。
言ったろう。君は何一つ選んでなどいない。
これは僕の選択だ。
そう思わせねば意志力は生じない。自由意志を逆向けにすることが寛容だった。二度の接触で確信した。ワン・フォー・オール奪還には意志力で上回らねばならぬこと。長女は育ちすぎていたし、絶対に見つかってはいけない。目立つ行動は取れなかった。両親から授かったまだ見ぬ因子を抜き取り、あの男の抑圧を増進させ、お前に同型を与えた。志村さんの息子さんだね。
Here we go.
僕はお父さんの知り合いなんだ。ここいらは車の通りが多くて危ないから少し手をつなごうか。ドクターの施設で集めた個性サンプルの中から可逆性を取り払い、破滅にのみ突き進む粗悪なコピーを君に与えた。
じゃあ
Dude. He literally ruined his life.
否定も肯定も僕が与えた。全部だ。何が移ろわないだ。僕の体から消えろ。戸村の心を完全に殺し消し去る。もはや。
Oh. That is.
戸村の叫び、余韻か。黙っていろ。
What?
崩壊、怒り、憎しみが消え去った。死んだか。虚しき最終目標へ移行する。すなわち世界。
What?
お互い
No
肉体に
way.
出た。
Whoa.
小さい。
Oh my gosh.
Had me at the first half.
助けに来たぞ。ビッグ
Oh.
緑谷待たせてごめんな
Ah.
調子よくぶっ壊れやがって動けよこの野郎こんなものに命運を委ねるんじゃなかったすがるんじゃなかった
待て泣いてる
泣いてねえよ男の子だぞお前
違うこいつが
What?
ダメだ涙腺なんじゃねえよこいつはノームだこいつは黒い露覚品だタルタロスの奇跡は忘れた方がいいんだよ、いつまでも遊園2年 A 組じゃねえんだよ
Oh.
でもこいつは遊泳生のまま死んだなぜ俺たちをねじ切らなかった突き落とさなかったあの日俺たちはタルタロスで白の線を引き抜いた
He's still in there somewhere.
分かってるよ山田
Oh.
俺たちはヒーロー科の教師だ遊泳生を卒業まで送り届けるたとえ何年経とうがそこに原点があるのなら
やった思い出が消えてくれねえよ
Damn.
少しさ
Awesome.
イレイザー無事だったのかイレザレットどうしてここに
黒霧を使えるようになりました
すぐ戦線に行けるのかなら俺も行かせてくれ
俺も無名だけどヒーローなんだ一緒に戦わせてくれ
Oh.
怪我したヒーローに渡せねえか
ありがとう
英治樹キャシュリ
Ew. Creepy.
助けに来たよ
分断作戦フェーズ3
奪われに来たか
オール・フォー・ワンは天子の心を打った時に共に砕けているはずなんなんだ
He looks so crazy.
He looks like so different now.
動いたらダメだ腕失ってどのくらいだ
わかりませんどのくらい時間が経っていたか
エリちゃん
先生たちは私を危ないとこに絶対連れて行かないって分かってるのだからこれテクさんに持ってって
角を折ったのかなんてこと
お願いして協力してもらったの
エクトプラズム
すまないだがこの子は君の合理性と非合理性をよく守る
私お歌したいの先生私テクさんたちに楽しくしてもらったから今日終わったらテクさんたちにお歌するのだからちょっとしかなくっても私も戦わせて
Damn. Shit's so peak.
巻き戻った
What?
せいぜい 2,3 分分程度だろう
That's all we need, baby.
エリちゃんのお歌聞くまで死ねないぞ
みんなもきっとオイラと一緒だよな体動いちまうんだよな
Fuck.
Well, that was that episode. God damn.
Dang it. Not even surprised anymore or whatever.
Every time, bro. Where do we even start?
Well, Deku almost lost his arms. I was
Yeah.
like, what's he gonna do now?
you know what's crazy, and I'm sure all my manga readers will agree with me. Well, we ended we ended on that cliffhanger where he lost his arms. Like that was one of the last panels before the next week's chapter. So we were all like, "Oh shit, Deku lost his arms," and we had to wait a whole week to figure out what happened.
Bro, I was like, he's gonna have to pull Mr. Aizawa. Now he's an amputee. Like, oh no.
Yeah.
How's he gonna keep fighting? Like, all these questions were running through my mind. I was just like, what is he? I was like, well, if this guy's gonna go for him, right? All for one. I'm talking about all for one.
Yeah.
The least he could do is like give him his arms back at least. I was like,
And he's quirkless. He doesn't have any quirks. So even with his arms, like
he's back to square one.
Yeah, that's which I say what you will about him being quirkless. He's pretty courageous. But we obviously get the beginning part of Deku and Shigaraki where they're kind of going back and forth, and ultimately Deku ends up being there for him to the point where all of his like hatred is almost overturned.
Yeah.
Up until he says that he couldn't go back. He couldn't be anything different than a villain. And that in itself is him being a hero to the villains. And so that contrast was really cool. What did you think of that part?
Man, it was so sad because it wasn't
his fault.
It wasn't his fault. Like, not even like he wasn't even born with these quirks, right?
So I don't know if you caught this, and this is one of the things that was very subtle. So All For One says that he was born with one.
Yes, which was his parents.
Yeah, we don't know what exactly it is. We've seen it. I don't know if you've seen. So we've seen his work multiple times in the battle, but it's never stated. Anyways, he ends up that ends up getting taken away, and All For One ends up
replacing it with DK,
yeah.
Which wasn't his. It was from an orphanage, right? He said.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so messed up.
He
so messed up.
And that's why this episode was so important, because now we get to see that it was never his fault, and this whole time, and All For One like stays like all of your rejection, all of your trials, all that,
your challenges.
He's like, all that is because I set that up. Like, none of it was your doing. You had no. He's like, you have no free will. I did everything.
So basically, he had to instill it in a child that wasn't old enough yet to have lived, a good while. Like, because he had to mention that his sister was too old.
Yeah.
Was too old to instill that in her.
Yeah.
So he went for the son that was younger, and since he was so little. That is so messed up. Poor guy.
Yep.
I can't even even imagine feeling like that all this is your fault, and when in turn it wasn't.
Yeah.
So my question is, how did him and his dad meet?
It just so happened that they were walking by. It's very brief, but
so it's just a random encounter.
It's a quote unquote random encounter from his perspective, but from All For One's perspective, everything was super planned out. Like, he eased himself in, basically. Like, it was just a matter of like when. So yeah, that whole encounter was just a matter of time, basically.
So he met him by random, but he made plans.
Yeah.
Basically, what happened?
Yeah.
That is insane. Now you kind of feel bad for this guy, right? Like.
Well, yeah, because everything was, directed by this. This is why he says that he planned everything, and everything was a failsafe. Like, Shigaraki was a failsafe.
So he was made evil, and All For One is just evil.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now, going back to Eraserhead, that got me good. It was so nice to see him, especially, we haven't really seen anybody else except for like these two big major fights. We don't know. I mean, we kind of didn't know what happened to everybody else. Like if they survived, right? But
Yeah.
like where everybody else was. So seeing him come into the scene, like it was so like kind of like a safety net almost, you know, because they're always there for their students, and this is the one case where like they haven't been able to be there for them as much as they want to, right? Because everybody's just kind of getting hit left and right.
Yeah, and
but seeing him come in was so nice. Like it just
well, you still remember, like, we, based on what we've seen before, like just on this series alone, we could only assume that he was transported, and all, like, the last thing he had seen was Bakugo get hit. So I'm sure him as a teacher is feeling a certain way because he hasn't seen Bakugo be alive.
Oh, he still hasn't seen him.
Yeah, and so like in this episode, I still think that he thinks the same thing, and that's why he has it to, like, he has this urgency, and that whole part of like him talking to
Eri.
No, to Korigiri was like that kind of got me even before the transfer, because there's you see two trains of thought, which with President Mike, and then Aizawa with Korigiri, right, the former student of one of their friends, and they're kind of going back and forth, or one is like, just give up, like he's a lost cause, and then you have Aizawa with like, no, well, we at this moment with him, and I still have hope. And then that change happened, and then then you see him kind of change back to the student that he was. Now, like that little conversation and the voice acting, and also the music in this episode. There's a bunch of new music in this episode where I was like, dude, like the music is fucking making me cry just much more.
It just intensifies it that much more.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 new songs or versions of the songs that were played like with a piano or like a violin or something. But
yeah.
That freaking got me. Like the music in this episode was freaking amazing. But yeah, that instance, and then the everyone too was like, yeah.
And I feel like we're seeing Deku fight this big fight, right? And he won't let go. Obviously, he still sees Shigaraki, for who he is, and does not want to, like, settle for the fact that he's a villain. Like, no, he's not. So he sees the good in him, and I love how we see that with Aizawa too, and his friend, like how it's in a form of a villain, but he still sees his friend in there. And that, I think that part was so, like, it was so beautiful to see, because they don't give up on each other, and it's just a reoccurring trend in this series, the anime.
And one of the main lines that really like tied everything together is when Aizawa was like, we're still a teacher, or we're still teachers in the school, and he takes that very prideful, like, very, it's an honorable thing for him, because if you go back to, I forgot what season, where they like the kids, almost like something really bad happens, and how they're doing a panel. It's Endeavor, Hawks, and then it's Aizawa, where Aizawa is like telling the public, like, I bear this responsibility as being one of the teachers. Like, he holds himself like so high for the students, and so seeing that full circle moment in this episode where he comes back and it's like, nah, Deku, we got your back. Like, that shit was peak.
That and the same with all my talking to Deku's mom. Promising that nothing bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, those were some good moments. And then obviously we get to see the Avengers style.
Dude, that was so cool.
You can see that Horikoshi got a lot of influence from Marvel.
And it was so, like, it was so emotional to see, because you see everybody's so effed up, man. Like, everybody's just so done and run down, like, but not their spirit, not their will to fight and protect their friend.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially a friend who's been there for them since the very beginning, who gives his heart out. God, so beautiful to see.
Yeah.
And then What else did we see? Eri.
That was a big reveal, right? The horn.
That is crazy. I was like, I know she's gonna play a part in, you know, all this. I'm like, but how? Like, how is she gonna help if obviously they don't let her go out in the battlefield? It would be way too risky, right?
Yeah.
But how would she play a part in this? And I'm glad it was for his arms.
If it's anything, man.
Like even Deku quirkless, right? I'd rather my man have his arms, because like, come on, how are you gonna do that to Deku, right?
Yeah. And then just to kind of tie the knot here, we now have everybody against All For One. And according to All For One, Shigaraki's dead. Because he doesn't have the decay quirk, and he doesn't have...
Like, he doesn't feel him alive,
Yeah.
basically, right?
Yeah. So what do you think is gonna happen from this point on? Do we see the heroes kind of fight All For One here? And if so, like,
I feel like
what happens?
I feel like maybe my theory is Shigaraki's not really dead, and now it'll be a battle between Shigaraki and All For One.
Okay.
So I feel like they've battled out. I feel like the students, Deku, all them have battled out All For One and Shigaraki for the longest time, and now I feel like it'll focus now on that, Shigaraki against All For One. But that's just a theory for me now for the next episode.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I can't touch up on that because I know how it ends, but yeah, I'm definitely curious to see how they animate this, because if this one had me fucking shambles with the music and the voice acting, it's gonna be pretty top tier, I feel like.
Man, and also shout out to Mineta, my boy.
Yes, that was the main. I love that he had a moment. I know a lot of people don't like that character. I freaking love Mineta.
I love him.
Mineta's
He's
my
funny.
boy. I like the comedic relief he provides to heroes, but he's also he's always everybody's ride or die. Like, especially with Todoroki, he mimics him. But every hero, he's always glazing every hero. Like, he's got, you know, Dark Shadow's back, and like he is a ride or die person for everybody. Even if his quirk isn't like the best, he's a homie for real.
Oh yeah, he'll throw his balls at you. He doesn't care.
Yeah, shout out to Mineta. That's my boy.
That part was awesome. That's what we needed in this super heartfelt moment. Is a little.
And how ironic would it be that he'd be the one to like kill All For One?
Dude, right? I like how he was like point and center of like everybody too.
Yeah,
like,
and if anybody hasn't seen like Mineta's voice actor in the English dubbed, do it. Like, I love that
funny.
I love that they added a lisp to the way he talks,
Yep.
and so that's why we love Mineta's character, because we grew up hearing the lisp, and it's just so funny. Like, yeah,
he's just so silly. I think I love silly characters, and especially like in this anime where it's like it's all about, you know, super emotional, distraught. Like, you have Mineta over here like just messing around and being funny.
It definitely gives like the class 1A like depth, because you have a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
With a big group of people, you always have to have all the personalities, right?
Diversity.
Yeah, so it's so neat. So, but that's it. We have maybe like a handful more episodes left, and then it ends. Where it takes us, who knows? So.
I know it's gonna be so hard not to cry in every damn episode, but
yeah,
we're not even whatever.
we're just gonna keep crying. We're just gonna keep crying, and you know, we share our I'm sure we're not the only ones, and I'm glad that there's people watching with us and sharing the same experience like us. So,
for sure.
shout out to you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Patreon, Uncut, Discord, like, comment, subscribe, notification bells on. Is there anything I missed?
Follow us if you haven't already.
Yeah,
We're trying to hit 5K by the end of the year, hopefully.
fingers crossed. Yeah, stay tuned. We'll make some announcements regarding that. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week for another cry session. We'll see y'all later. Love y'all. Peace.
Bye.